girls, today we are going to be reading a passage to review the short vowel A. This passage focuses on the an word family. A word family is a group of two letters and it shares the sound, so we call that a family. All right, so this story is called A Can of Rice. So since we're focusing on the an word family, we want you to have a highlighter ready. We're going to go through and we are going to highlight the words with the an family. So I'm going to highlight an at the top. So our first word we read as part of the title is can. So we have can, I see van, pan, can, pan, ran, fan, ban. Okay, so take a moment and highlight all of the words with the sound an. All right, so next we're going to go through and we are going to read just these words that have the an sound. All right, so we're going to start here. We have can, van, pan, ran, fan, ban. Now, did you notice something? I missed a word. Did you find it? I just noticed that I see the word and. I'm looking to see. There it is again. All right, so I see the word and 3 times. So we can go ahead. Now, and is not at the end of the word. That word family is at the beginning, and that's okay. That is okay. It still has an, so we will use those words. All right, so let's go through a second time, and we will read them. Can, van, pan, and, can, pan, and, ran, and, fan, ban. Very good. So boys and girls, I'm going to go through and I'm going to read the story. I want you to use your tracking finger and I want you to follow along with me. A can of rice. Becky got the brown bags out of the van. She wanted to make a snack. She got out a pan and a can of rice. The pan got hot and there was smoke. Becky ran to the stove and turned on the fan. Her mom put a ban on using the stove. Now, boys and girls, let me ask you, this is a word, the word ban is a word that you may not know. Let's read that again. Her mom put a ban on using the stove. Friends, a ban means mom is putting a stop to allowing her to use the stove. So she's not allowed to use the stove anymore, okay? Because there was smoke while she was trying to cook and it wasn't safe. So if you ban something, that means you stop it, okay? Now, I read the passage for you, or to you. Now I want you to try to read it with me. I'll go a little bit slower, but I want you to try to read it with me, okay? All right, so let's start with the title. Ready? A can of rice. Becky got the brown bags out of the van. She wanted to make a snack. She got out a pan and a can of rice. The pan got hot and there was smoke. Becky ran to the stove and turned on the fan. Her mom put a ban on using the stove. Nice job, boys and girls. I feel like I can hear you reading with me. Now, I read it, we read it, your turn. I'm going to point to the words and I want you to read this to your adult at home. Ready? Start with the title. Ready? Read it. Nice job, boys and girls. Very nicely done. Okay, so we have read our story. Let's take a look at the next part of the sheet. I'm going to slide this up so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so here is the section where it says write and draw 6 of the "and" words. So I'm not going to draw, I'm just going to write. So we have those words highlighted, so we're going to practice our printing. So we can say can. We can say pan. Van. Fan. Ran. And ban. Now, in the circles, if you want, you can make a little picture to go with those words. And at the bottom, I want you to try the bottom. It says, draw what happened in the story. Boys and girls, this is our comprehension check. We read our story together. You listened to me, you read it together with me, and you should have read it by yourself. So 3 times you've read this little passage, and you should be able to say what happened in the story. Now, the story's called A Can of Rice, but what happened with that can of rice? So at the bottom, you can practice your comprehension and you can draw a picture that tells about what's happening in our story, okay? Now, that is all you have to do with this sheet. This is just for practice. You read this passage as many times as you want to an adult, and you feel proud because you are so smart for reading that on your own. All right, good job, boys and girls.